Hello and welcome back to Comic Vantage, and today is another new comic book haul. Today is Wednesday, the week of the 20th, I believe. 6/20/2018, new comic book day. Hurrah! Everyone rejoices. So, this is the day I go down to my local comic book store. I pick up my books for the week, give them a good read, bring them on home, show you what I got, and give you my honest opinion on them. Now, there can and will be spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, back out now. Although there is something I'm going to do a little bit later. For one of my books in particular, there's a huge spoiler I don't want to give away. Kind of, but I think I will anyway. So anyway, let's get started. First book this week, we have Skyward #3 from Image Comics. Now, the whole storyline behind this is we have this lovely young woman named Willa. Willa is living through a world, right here she is, with no gravity. That is correct. When she was very young, as a small child, gravity was gone on the world. Just disappeared. Boom, gone one day. Actually show this cool little intro here. People are just floating away. It's yeah, it's kind of creepy and eerie and fun at the same time. And then we have this gentleman right here. His name is Roger Barrow, I believe. And Roger Barrow was a friend of her father's, and he likes that there isn't any gravity. Her dad wants to actually fix it. He likes that there's no gravity because he made a lot of money off of it. She does not know that he is bad. So he is trying to get from her dad's location so he can stop him. And the rest of the book is just his police officers, because he pretty much owns everything, chasing after her, trying to find her and stop her father. She does finally get away. She gets snuck out in some laundry, only to find that her father has already been taken and his house has been ransacked. It's a really good story. It's very unique, completely original. I love it. I'm having a blast with it. Three issues in, really easy to get. I would recommend anybody go out and grab this. Thumbs up from me. Next on our list, from Dark Horse Comics, we have Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Reckoning. This is Season 12, Issue number 1. For everybody out there who is not aware, after the television series ended, Joss Whedon actually kept the story going in comic book format, and he labels it seasons, and this is Season 12. When last we left our intrepid hunter, she is just returning from the future, and she meets a slayer in the future named Malaka Frey. And Malaka has a brother named Hearth. Now, they're twins, so when her Slayer power manifested, the sister Malaka got all the Slayer's abilities, where the brother got the Slayer ancestral memories, so he knows everything that the previous Slayers knew, which isn't a good thing considering he's a vampire. So he is traveling back into time to stop Buffy, which is really, really cool. I am loving this. He knows everything Buffy's going to do before she does it. It's great just to see all these characters come back. Angel's back, Spike is back, Willow's back, everyone. It's just a lot of fun. If you're a huge fan of Buffy, you really, really need to be reading this series. And like I said, it's still written by Joss Whedon, so it still has all the humor. It still has all the oh crap moments. It still has his hatred for humanity. The artwork's actually a lot of fun. I really like it in this book. It totally fits it. The storyline is great. Huge thumbs up. And man, look at this cover. This was the variant cover. They had two different ones this week, and man, I had to grab this. That's just beautiful. I'm not even sure who painted this cover, but whoever did an amazing job. Let's see if I can find it. I have no idea. Anyway, it's awesome. You should grab it. Oh, and next up from DC Comics, we have Green Lanterns. Ooh, almost lost my book. Green Lanterns. When last we left our Green Lanterns here, Jessica Cruz was on the run. She's actually being chased. She inexplicably attacks some police officers on a different planet. No idea why that happened. And she's already in trouble. Hal Jordan's on her, trying to actually confiscate her ring because it's been reprogrammed. And she's just on the run now, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. She thought Simon was coming after her at the end of the last issue to take her in, but he's actually coming to help her. Because she's like, you know, we're partners. We're supposed to be in this together and all that kind of groovy stuff. They track down this, I don't even know what it's called. It's just this strange beam that turns people into murderous beings that she was affected with to a arms smuggler on a planet. And it's all about them bringing him in. The storyline was okay. It wasn't the greatest. We do have good old Hal showing up at the end to do his Green Lantern thing. Although he does let her go, which is kind of interesting. He said, I'll give you guys a head start, and lets him go. So I'm not sure what is happening there. You know, the whole thing has not been resolved with her ring and what is going to happen to it since it has been reprogrammed. But it was a good read. I enjoyed it. Definitely better than the last run that was out. So worth picking up and giving a good read. And I think it's going to it lays down a little bit of the backstory of what's going to be happening with her ring. So a lot of fun. And next up, from Aftershock Comics, we have Lost City Explorers. This is one Aftershock has been promoting like crazy. I've seen it in all of their books I've read recently. I had no idea what it was about. I thought maybe it was about urban exploring or something, but I knew it was a #1. I knew it was from Aftershock, so I had to pick it up. We start off with this gentleman here. His name is Dan. He's actually a scientist. And they've discovered this whole underground world beneath Manhattan that he's exploring. And he possibly found a key to get to it. But when they stumble upon it, they realize they're not wanted and he is actually taken. They're not sure if he's killed or if he's gone missing or what. Flash forward. Oh, this is a great spread right here. Isn't that a beautiful gatefold? Nice splash page. Fast forward to his daughter, complaining about going to college and yada yada, doesn't want to bow down to the man. Only to get home and find out her father is dead. Where she is then approached by the Sagan Labs, who were funding her dad's expedition. And they're like, you're going to be set for life. We're going to cash out his accidental insurance policy. You're never going to have to worry about money again. You just have to sign a paper that said it was a gas leak. And she does not want to do that. And then later on, she is approached by this woman named Leah, who was the assistant of her dad's, who says, your dad is not dead. He is just missing, and we are going to find him. So they venture into her dad's lab and discover that he may have found the lost city of Atlantis. I was not expecting that, so it was really cool to see. This was a lot of fun. I'm already sucked in. I'm definitely going to keep reading this book. It's going to go on my weekly pull. Great read. Everyone should pick it up. And next up, from Image Comics, we have Shanghai Red #1. Another one. Had no idea what this book was about. Picked it up on a total whim. You realize that a lot about me if you're watching my videos. I just grab these #1 issues when I see them. Just check them out. You got to give new books a try, especially smaller press. They're usually great stories. Anyway, so we go back to Pioneer days, and we have this captain of this ship who is releasing a crew of, I don't even know if you want to call them indentured servants, but men who have been shanghaied out of Portland. And he's like, your contract's up. It's been 2 years. We're dropping you off. Either you can re-sign with us for pay, or we can leave you in China. Well, one of the sailors named Jack is not very happy with this and slices the first mate's throat and then goes about the ship and kills everyone except for the guys who were all taken, who were all kidnapped. Unbelievable. It's so cool. And I was like, whoa, what is happening here? And then you come to realize that Jack is a woman and her name is Red. And it flashes to her story of how she was growing up in Pioneer days. Her dad left. Her mom and her sister and herself traveled to Portland to make a better life for themselves. The only work she could get was logging, but she had to disguise herself as a man because of it. Now, I'm sure a lot of people out there have heard the legends of the Shanghai tunnels beneath Portland, Oregon. If I'm not mistaken, they actually do exist. Well, she fell victim to one of these. She was out drinking, she got drunk, and she was taken, thrown upon the ship, and forced to serve for 2 years. And now she's on her way home. She murdered the captain, took over the ship, and she's coming back to Portland, and she wants to take out all the men that did this to her and took her family away from her, and she wants to find her family. And it's been 2 or 3 years since she's left, and she has no idea what has happened. Great, great. I did not expect a revenge story coming out of this book. Wow, this is going to be really good, I think. Absolutely love it. Everyone should grab this right now. It's hot on the shelves. Go ahead and pick it up. And next up from IDW, Ninja Turtles Urban Legends #2. And if anybody recalls from the last time I showed this comic, this is a reprint of the old Image classics in full color. Unbelievable story. This thing, it's no longer considered canon, but it's still a lot of fun, and wow, it's seriously brutal, over-the-top violence. I mean, this was the 90s for you. Unbelievable story. And like I said, ultra-violent. In the last issue, Donatello got like half his shell blown off. Raphael got half his face fried. And now we just have everybody dying. We have, these cyborgs being fed to Mako. She's like, here, you can have their flesh. And he's like, hey, it's like a can of Spam. Really, really fun. Donatello was captured, Splinter was captured, and now we're up to the last 3 to try to track them down from a gentleman named the Dragon Lord. They call him Lord Komodo. And Raph is wearing one of Casey Jones' old masks because, like I said, half his face got burnt off. And we have this neat little Wolverine ripoff character, which I thought it was funny. They call him the Weasel, with healing factors. And look at the claws with the little iconic snicked. Yeah, that's supposed to be Wolverine. But then, he gets his head sliced off, so he only lasted for 1 issue. 2 pages, 3 pages. Oh no, poor Wolverine. I mean, Weasel. It was a lot of fun, though. I really dig the Turtles, and it's great reading some of these stories. This arc was never completed in Image. It was next month's issue. The Image Comics never completed it, so the original creative team came back, and they are finishing the story arc. Once all 24 issues are out, I believe it is, maybe 26, they are doing a 3-issue story arc at the end to round out the story. Really, really cool. Original writer and artist. So neat. A lot of fun. If you missed these the first time around, they're definitely worth grabbing. Now, the last book on my list. X-Men Gold #30. And I picked up the J. Scott Campbell classified variant. So I'm going to tell you this right now. I am going to show the cover. So if you don't want spoilers, just hold on 1 second. Let me do a spoiler-free review. Great story, a lot of fun. Artwork was amazing. Had a lot of feels, a lot of surprises. Really, really good. I would definitely pick this up. Okay, spoiler-free review over. Now it's time for the spoiler review. Okay, so if you don't want that, you can just end the video here because I'm pretty much done after this. So, all right, so first up, X-Men Gold #30. Great, 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 great. Look at this thing. Oh, I can't. I mean, the polybag takes me back to the 90s. I love it. And it's so funny because I'm like, hey, X-Men Gold #30. The last time we had an X-Men #30 was another wedding issue. You remember this from the 90s? X-Men #30. Scott and Jean got married. I thought that was so cool. And they referenced this in the book where the young Scott and Jean were sitting there talking. She's like, yeah, we got married right over there. It's so cool. But anyway, yeah. All right. Now, let's do the cover reveal. And it's so funny because I opened the book at my LCS. I just sat there. As soon as they handed me, I grabbed it off the shelf. I started. Everybody's like, "Are you opening that?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I am!" As soon as I opened it, I had a huddle around me. As soon as I opened it, everyone went back to the shelf and grabbed a second issue. Without further ado, Pacha! J. Scott Campbell cover with Rogue and Gambit. This was coming. I'm sure a lot of people already saw this around the internet, or at least knew it was coming. Yeah, they got together at the end of the Rogue and Gambit miniseries that was just out. And they got married in this issue. Ah. So let me get to it. The book starts out with Kitty Pryde and Peter still reminiscing about the old days. And the artwork is really, really good in this book. It's very soft. It's almost like watercolor paintings. And we kind of have a you know, a whole get together. Everyone. Lockheed came and visit. He's got his own little. Look at Lockheed's got a family. And then we have Ileana and Kitty Pryde hanging out on the roof, and Ileana's like, you know, do you really want to marry my brother? And that kind of set everything into motion, got her thinking. So we progress to the wedding day. Everyone's having fun. Even Logan showed up to see him off. I love that panel. And we got Storm right here making the good weather. Same thing she did for Scott and Jean. So cool. And then, just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And when we get to the actual, wow, this was amazing. We get to the actual ceremony. And Kitty phases right through him. She can't do it. She can't put the ring on. And she tells him as much. And then she phases through the ground and disappears. Gone. I'm sure everybody right now is in shock. So they go and, you know, she talks to him and says that she does love him, but she doesn't know if she can marry him right now. And it gets Gambit thinking of how he does not want to spend another day away from Rogue. And he gets down on one knee and proposes right away. And she says yes. So we end the book with Mr. and Mrs. Remy LeBeau. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? And that leads right into the next ongoing series, Mr. and Mrs. X. I did not see that coming. Seriously, it looks like the ongoing X Classified series finally revealed. I didn't realize they're actually getting their own ongoing series. That'll be interesting to see where it goes. This was a lot of fun. It was a great read. It really took me back, you know, because like I said, this was right here. This was my first wedding issue I ever bought. And it really had the same kind of feel, the same kind of vibe. Absolutely loved it. And of course, I'm a sucker for the poly bag, so I had to get two of these, just one to have and one not to have. Absolutely beautiful. So, those are my books that I picked up this week. Now let me show you a few more things that I got. My LCS just randomly got these in today, or actually earlier last week or something. Justice League of America #1 comic sketch art Mark Brooks Virgin variant covers. Look at these things. Aren't these things beautiful? I don't know how they got these, where they got them from, but these are a retailer exclusive, and they were selling them at cover price. This one here is actually the least favorite of my two, but this one, ooh, wow, I love this book, and how could you pass this up for cover price? Man, amazing, beautiful. Now the next thing that I got from my LCS today, completely, the manager is sitting there. I'm at Torpedo Comics, my LCS, and the manager's going through a random box of books they must have gotten in from someone who came in and sold them some books. And he's like, hey, look at this. Previews from 1991. If you don't know what Previews is the book that all the retailers use to order the new books for the months coming out directly from the distributor. That's actually the distributor. Look at this. It features X-Force. I looked, I was like, are you kidding me? That is so awesome. He's like, you want it? I'm like, yeah. Oh God, this thing was 95 cents back in the day. This is so cool. And it's got some great trading cards inside from 1991. It's got this whole spotlight on X-Force trading cards that are coming out. Deadpool, Sunspot and Gideon. It's just classic Rob Liefeld artwork here. We got Cable. It was just so neat. I could not pass this up. And then going through and looking at just the books that are available at the time. Oh, let's see if I could find anything cool in here. The Gems of the Month, X-Force number 1 and New Mutants number 100. God, that's so crazy. But yeah, this was awesome. I'm going to have some fun going through this and just looking at all the old books and checking everything out. So yeah, awesome. Oh, I forgot to show the back cover. Look at this. Todd McFarlane Hulk. Ground Zero trade paperback now available. Awesome. Anyway, so let's do a quick recap on my books for the week. We got X-Men Gold number 30. Definite must buy. This was a lot of fun. Ninja Turtle Urban Legends. Definitely worth buying if you haven't read this before. Shanghai Red. Awesome revenge story. I cannot wait to see where this goes. Lost City Explorers. I see a lot of intrigue and some really cool stuff happening in this book. Seriously, Lost City of Atlantis. Green Lanterns number 49. We're actually getting back on track with some good story arcs here in Green Lanterns. I'm really happy for this. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Reckoning, Season 12. This is a no-brainer for any Buffy fan out there. And Skyward number 3. This book has been a lot of fun so far. It's just a crazy world with no gravity. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Anyway, those are my books for the week. These are my opinions. Your mileage may vary. Anyway, I want to say thank you for watching to all my current subscribers. Love you guys all. You are awesome. All the likes, all the comments, all the shares. Just keep it up. Keep it up, guys. You are amazing. New to the channel, thank you for watching. Make sure the little CV over there to subscribe and get that bell notification icon up top so that way you get all my notifications. I have some good stuff coming up. And yeah, like always, guys, thank you for watching and take it easy.